You just earned your wife a one-way ticket to federal prison. That's what she screamed. Karen, the self-appointed queen of the HOA, right as two officers she called came stomping up our driveway like they were responding to a hostage crisis. You want to know the crime? A wooden chair? Yeah. A worn-out old chair Diana placed by our own trash can on our private property because we were planning to donate it the next day. I was still holding the barbecue tongs when the cops showed up, and Karen was already recording with one hand, pointing with the other, shouting about evidence and community standards. Now, full honesty, I'd always known my wife Diana was sharp. Brilliant, actually. But until that morning, I had no idea how brilliant. Let me back up a sec. We'd bought a lakeside cabin in a small, quiet town called Cedar Valley, far away from the stress of San Diego. Diana said we needed peace, that her job in law was getting to her. That was all I knew. Law. I'm Leo, by the way, 32, software dev, laid back, mostly clueless. It was a quiet Friday evening. Diana was on the porch, phone pressed to her ear, whispering, "I can't make court next week. Rogers will cover." I caught the words but didn't press. She looked tired, like she'd been carrying something invisible for a long time. I teased her. "Still as mysterious as the CIA, huh?" She just smirked and said, "Work stuff." Next morning, we were cleaning out the place when Diana dragged out that busted chair and placed it neatly by the trash. "Donation run tomorrow," she said. Simple, right? Nope. At 6:30 a.m., I kid you not, it sounded like someone was trying to beat our door down with a crowbar. Standing there was her, Karen. Real name? Madeline Thorndike. But everybody called her Maddie. Late 50s, stiff platinum blonde bob that didn't move in the wind, dressed head to toe in tennis whites, though no one had ever seen her near a court. Behind her stood this guy, Frank. Quiet. Always looked like he wanted to disappear, scribbling on a notepad like he was a court stenographer. "You're in violation of HOA Code 4.7.1, no outdoor furniture visible from the street," she barked, already snapping photos of the chair like it was a crime scene. I opened my mouth to respond, but Diana beat me to it, calm as ever. Pajamas, coffee in hand. "Good morning. Something wrong?" Maddie practically exploded. "That thing needs to be removed immediately. Your chair is a community hazard." Diana blinked once, then said, "It's by our trash, on our property. It'll be gone in 24 hours. Maddie grinned like she'd won a court case. "You're getting fined. $100. She slapped a citation on our door like it was the final nail in a coffin. Frank kept scribbling like his pen was on fire. Diana read the fine, then, without a word, ripped it clean in half, then in quarters, then eighths, and let the pieces fall into the trash bin. Karen's face went from smug to beet red in half a second. You can't do that." "I just did," Diana replied, sipping her coffee. "This is destruction of official documents." "Call the police," Diana said flatly. "Tell them it's about a chair." And yep, Maddie did exactly that. I thought maybe this whole thing would blow over, but then Diana showed me the email, sent anonymously, photos of our cabin, taken from different angles, and one line, "People like you don't belong here." Diana traced the IP address in 30 seconds. "It's from Maddie's house," she muttered. That's when I realized, this wasn't just HOA drama. This was war. Diana typed a message and sent it to a few neighbors. "If you've ever been fined unfairly, please speak up." Our inbox lit up like Christmas morning. By Thursday night, the normally empty HOA meeting room was packed. 45 residents, people I'd never even seen before. Diana stood up holding a stack of papers. "Did you consult the HOA attorney before issuing threats?" she asked. Maddie scoffed. "I don't need permission to enforce the rules." "Then would you like me to read the 47 violations you've committed, starting with your 10 flamingo lawn ornaments?" The room erupted. People started yelling. "She fined me for having a stroller outside for 5 minutes. She called the cops when my dog barked. I got fined for leaving a window cracked." Then, boom! The doors opened. 2 cops walked in. And behind them, half the neighborhood, phones out, already live streaming. "We received a complaint of threats and harassment," said Officer Daniels, clearly annoyed to be there over a chair. Maddie stepped forward, pointing at us like we'd committed treason. "It's that woman. She tore up a citation." Daniels turned to Diana. "Ma'am, can I see some ID?" Diana reached into her coat, pulled out her wallet, and calmly handed over a badge. Daniels looked down, froze, then slowly straightened up. Your Honor, I didn't realize, the other officer gasped. Federal judge? Maddie's face. Oh man, it was like watching a building collapse in slow motion. She tried to speak, tried to walk it back. I didn't mean... She doesn't even look... Legal? Diana interrupted, her voice icy. Would you like to repeat that? Maddie backed up a step, tripped on the edge of the podium. The crowd was dead silent. I'm giving you two choices, Diana said, her voice low and calm but full of power. Option 1. These officers arrest you right now for false reporting and harassment. Option 2. You resign, publicly and permanently, as HOA president. Resign! Resign! The crowd chanted. Maddie looked around. Even Frank had stepped away from her. I resign, she choked out. Louder, Diana said. I resign! The crowd roared, but it wasn't over. Frank stepped forward. Your Honor, there's something else. She used HOA money for private investigators. She's been spying on residents. I have files. Retrieve them, Diana said. 30 minutes later, police officers carried out 3 full boxes of documents. Background checks, surveillance photos, personal data. It was horrifying and completely illegal. By noon, the story hit the news. Karen V's federal judge was trending. The video of Maddie on her knees, begging, while Diana stood calm and composed, had hit 500,000 views by dinner. Later that night, sitting on our porch, Diana looked at me and said, When we moved here, I just wanted to be Diana, not Judge Castillo, not a target, just me. I took her hand. You're always just you to me. She smiled, really smiled, for the first time in weeks. 6 months later, the neighborhood had transformed. Frank, now interim HOA president, revoked every petty rule. People waved at each other, said good morning, kids played outside again. And that chair, the one that started it all, we kept it, painted it bright red. It sits in our backyard now, creaking in the wind like it's proud of itself. And honestly, it should be, because that chair, it broke a tyrant. It gave power back to the people. And it reminded us that justice isn't about rules, it's about truth. So tell me, was Diana right to let Maddie fall on her own sword? Or should she have crushed her from the start? Let me know what you think in the comments, because sometimes the smallest rebellion is all it takes to start a revolution.